Hey there my friends and welcome back. Steve here with eXp Realty. In this next quick video we are going to touch base on and compare some statistics to the cost of living in Orlando, Florida versus right here in the city of Ocala. So stick around and we will run through those figures together. Yes, my friends, welcome back, and as always, thanks for tuning in. Yours truly, Steve here with eXp Realty. So, perhaps you are considering a relocation to the Central Florida area. Maybe that area in specific is the Orlando area, and I can't say that I blame you. Orlando is one of the most visited cities in the world and is at the heart of Central Florida itself. There is a lot of things going on in Orlando. The economy there is driven hugely by the tourism, all sorts of major events and different conventions that go in and on through the city. Now this obviously brings a lot of opportunity to the area. One thing to consider though, moving to the Orlando area or really any new city is the cost of living that you're going to be up against versus either where you're coming from, where you plan to be, or where you actually end up. Now, if you've caught any of my videos previously, you will know that I am based out of the Ocala, Florida area, which is about a 60-minute commute to the city of Orlando, depending on where you live here in Ocala. One huge advantage is that it also provides a drastically cheaper cost of living than that of the big city of Orlando. Through my residency here in the Ocala area, I have known lots of people, both in the past and presently, that live here in Ocala that travel and make their commute over to Orlando for work or for business or whatever opportunities they have in front of them. So let's take a look now at some of the numbers for cost of living in Ocala versus that of Orlando and see how they stack up against one another. Now again, similar to my cost of living here in Ocala video, I'm going to use the benchmark of 100 as kind of the national average and give you the stats of where Ocala and Orlando line up to that of the national average. The overall cost of living here in the Ocala area comes in at about 83, while Orlando comes in at about 104, with the national average coming in at 102. Food and grocery here in the Ocala area comes in at about 98 versus that of Orlando's 100, with the national average coming in at 102. When you look at the transportation statistic of that of Ocala to Orlando, Ocala comes in at about 82, whereas Orlando comes in at 110, with the national average being 112. The average number stat for healthcare here in Ocala comes in at about 93 versus Orlando's 98, with the national average being up to about 100. The median cost of a single family home right here in the Ocala, Florida area comes in at about $148,000 versus that of Orlando's $245,000, with the national average for a single family home sitting right at about $237,000. Looking in and comparing the population from Ocala to Orlando is quite significant in itself. The population roughly from 2019 comes in at just shy here in Ocala at 61,000 residents versus that of Orlando's 287,500 residents. Average amount for property taxes right here in the Ocala area annually are coming in at $1,264 versus Orlando's $2,302 annually, and again compared to the national average we're looking at about $2,724 annually. Median household income for an individual here in the Ocala area is coming in at right about $37,442 annually versus that of Orlando's $41,901 annually, and compared to that of the national average, which is about $53,402 annually. Average commute time right here in Ocala from any two different spots is about 19 minutes compared to that of Orlando's 25 or more minutes, and the national average sitting at about 26 minutes. So my friends, as a general rule of thumb with moving to a big city, sometimes that comes with bigger expenses. If your job or occupation or whatever opportunity you have is leading you to the Central Florida area, maybe Orlando in specific, it might be in your best interest to explore some of the smaller suburb areas that surround it, offer more bang for your buck in the terms of housing or cost of living in general. My friends, most of these statistics you can find online. The best resource I have found was a website known as bestplaces.net, which has been featured in Forbes, New York Times, and even USA Today. However, if you have any specific questions regarding the cost of living to Ocala versus Orlando or any other city in the Central Florida area, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what questions you guys have as far as cost of living on a day-to-day or even in a long-term run. So there you go, my friends. Hopefully that information provides you a little bit of insight if you are considering making a move to the Central Florida area. Again, if you have any questions on any city in between, I do cover all these areas, so feel free, drop me a message, shoot me an email, as I would love to be a resource for you. As always, thanks for tuning in, checking out the videos, and we will catch you guys on the next.